So our first speaker is Fiona Tay, and she'll be talking about Backbone. So a little bit about Fiona. She's a developer at Pivotal Labs, who likes Rails and started learning to code in college. So take it away, Fiona.
Hey, so I'm Fiona, and originally I wanted to talk about refactoring, but over the weekend I did this little project, and Karina told me I should talk about it, so that's why I'm talking about it. Alright, so who here has been to Rails Bridge? Woo! Alright, so this is relevant because the Rails Bridge app is about building a little app in Rails that lets you create topics and vote on topics, and I decided that instead of doing it in Rails, I would do it in Backbone. So what is Backbone? So Backbone is the most established front-end framework, and people choose to do a JavaScript-heavy app for a variety of reasons. One of which is that it's a better user experience, and you want to use a framework because it makes your code more organized. And well, Backbone is the best of them in my personal opinion. People who disagree with me, you can take it out with me after this. So here's a little demo of the app. I put it on Heroku because, well, that's easy. So what it does is that you can add topics and add topics. And then it just appears automatically, and if there's an error, it adds it first, and then the error comes back from the server, and then it removes it. So title has already been taken. So the benefit of this over like the Rails version of it is that it's quicker to respond because you don't need to render the whole HTML page. It just adds the element when needed. So I guess that's my demonstration, and this is implemented using Rails for the API and Backbone for the front-end framework. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what Backbone actually provides you. So for those of you who are familiar with Rails, I have a list of the correspondences between the Backbone patterns and the Rails patterns. So Backbone provides a way to organize the functionality of your web app into 4 main components. One is the model, which handles the persistent logic. That means like how do you save a new object, like how do you save a new code, save a new topic or vote. A template, which is like the HTML, the view, which kind of behaves like the controller in Rails, and the router. So here's an example of I'm going to talk about each of the functions of the components and then show you some code from my app. So the Backbone model stores data and it encapsulates logics about data, such as the validation. So what this means is that I have a model representing a topic, and when you click add, it does a post to a certain URL to save it. So this is a sample of the code from my app. So it says that we have a model which is a topic, and the URL is model. So when you create a new topic, it saves it to the URL/model. And then the Backbone template contains HTML markup that handles the display. So this is directly from my app. It shows that when you have a topic, it displays the title of the topic, the description, and the number of votes. The view is a Backbone component which glues together the data models and the templates, and it sets up event bindings. So for instance, when I click this button, it creates a new view. And this is just an example of the view. As you can see on the first line, it just specifies where to find the template, which is the HTML markup. And the router, which contains navigation. So in my page, I only have one app. In my app, I only have one page. But if I have multiple pages, then the router would tell what different URLs would correspond to. And here's an example. So what it just says is that the root just has an index action which displays a list of topics. So I put my code on GitHub because everyone knows that's a new sexy. So if you want to know anything, I welcome some questions about my code. Do you guys have any questions? Alright, cool.